Hey, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. This week, my card is going to be featuring the blended spotlight background. At least that's what I'm calling it. And I'm actually casing a card for my friend Celine that we made in her stamp club this past week. So thank you, Celine, for showing me this technique. It was super fun. And I needed something easy. So I'm using this Cheerful Basket stamp set. This is 9 really cute photopolymer stamps. It's in the annual catalog on page 35. So let me just show you that really quick. It's the 2022-2023 annual catalog. So if you flip to page 35, it's at the bottom. And I want to show you this quickly because I don't have the dies yet. So I only have the stamp set. So here it is at the bottom, and then you get this awesome, if you get the bundle, there's dies that coordinate. So I'd like to thank my friend Cheryl for enabling me. She was playing with this set, and I just had to have it after I saw her sample. So, whoops, upside down. Sorry about that. So here's my card we're going to make today, and then I'll show you the sample that we made at Celine's Stamp Club this week. At the end. It was very similar, but just we used different designer paper, different sentiment, and hers I believe is, it's vanilla and mine's white. So I just needed some fall kind of thank you cards to send out for some orders in September. So this is what I decided to feature today. So super simple. This is probably actually going to be pretty short. So let me point the camera down at my station and we'll jump right in. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hi, Tammy. I hope you're doing well. Thinking about all my friends that are in Florida and hoping that you all, and South Carolina, I should say too, hope that you all are safe from the storm. So I was hoping I popped up. I might have to wait another minute to see if I pop up in my feed. So let me just talk for another minute. Yesterday was World Card Making Day. So let me know if you tuned into the Stampin' Up. They had a World Card Making Day event it was about 2.5 hours, and I watched. I did not craft. I actually was not feeling all that well because I got my flu shot and my bivalent booster on Friday. So not that I felt sick, I was just feeling a little bit off yesterday. So I didn't craft along, but I obviously have the PDF and of the projects, and here I am. Okay, so thanks for bearing with me for a second. So there were some really fun techniques that they showed. They made like 3 cards from start to finish, and then they actually gave us a whole bunch of sneak peeks of some things that are coming. So it is definitely worth the 2.5 hours, and you could fast forward and watch the replay. So on my blog, when I post this card later today, I'll post the link to the World Card Making Day replay video that you can check out. So again, let's just jump right in. I'm gonna bring over my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I don't know if you do this, but I thought it would be helpful, and I do this for my classes, is I take a piece of basic black cardstock, 6x9, and I actually put it over my Pierce mat. So if in class I won't have people stamp or like ruin, getting ink on my Pierce mats. So that's a tip for you. And then it's super helpful if you are going to stamp like white, because you see it against the black with like the nice contrast. So let's do the greeting, the sentiment, and that's pretty much why I chose Cheerful Basket, because this says you fill my day with happiness. So I thought this was just so cute. And then it's black and white with some pops of color, and that just seems to be like a huge trend I am seeing everywhere right now. So I know the one we made, wow, looking at it, it's a cross between white and vanilla. Celine, we used the Cottage Rose designer paper, and it's kind of a little bit more vanilla, but I'm using the Oh, what am I using? I'm using the Perfectly Penciled Designer Series paper. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside while I do my little blended background technique. So, hi, good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Dee. Thanks for tuning in. So let me start with my Designer Series paper. So this is just a 3x4 piece of the Perfectly Penciled. And we are going to make this cool blended kind of background. So what I am doing is I cut down a piece of the Stampin' Up! Masking paper. So I cut it down to 5x4 because my piece is 3x4. So I just wanted to have some extra to go around. And what we're going to do is we are just going to tear this into threes. Now, you can totally use like a larger Post-it note for this, but I just thought it would be cool because we have the masking paper to show you that it can work like this too. So, you know, just tear to your heart's content. And then this middle piece, I can probably use this for like a die or for something else if I want to mask, if I want to stamp like on a small flower or something like that. So I'm going to save this middle piece for another project. And then I have these two pieces that are, I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want them. Now, the thing about masking paper is it's super sticky. Or I find it to be super sticky. It might not be where you live, but of course in New England, we have, like, you know, all the changes in scenery and climate. And I should have cut this, so let me see if I can get it going from over here. It has a spot where you can kind of get it away. Now I find it super sticky, so I take it on the back of my hand and take off some of the stick. And then you're just going to mask off some of the edges, as much or as little as you want. Okay, so there's one side. How I cut this, it did not come out with the strip that you can pull out, so note to self when you cut your masking paper if you use masking paper. But again, you could use Post-it notes. So, oh shoot. This is the sticky part. Make sure you use the sticky part. There's one side that's going to be sticky, so I totally screwed that up. But anyways, caught it in time. And we're just going to mask off the edges, and then this is going to be the part we're going to color in the center here. So, sticking with my fall theme, like I said in the beginning, I want to send out some fall thank you cards. But I mean, this isn't technically a thank you. It'll say you fill my day with happiness. But anyways, it'll say thank you on the inside from me for some orders I got. So I'm using crushed curry in my blending brush, and I'm just going to pick up some of the ink with my finger on my brush and just picking up. But I want to sponge off, and you know what? I'm going to try to pick this whole thing up. I want to sponge off, and then I want to sponge in the middle, because I want to go really dark. And if I want to grab some more, I'm sorry, this is going to be a little herky-jerky, because I'm trying not to shake my entire table. Make sure you sponge off, or you'll get blobs. Okay, so that's really great for the crushed curry. And obviously you can do this technique with any colors. What I like is that you get this awesome variation, and every one is going to actually look different. So for my second color, I'm using Rich Raspberry. Okay, so same thing. Pick up my ink with my blending brush. Sponge off over here before I go onto my card. And then you can figure out if you want to go dark or light. I ended up kind of going dark on one and light on the other. So I'm sorry, dark on one meaning dark on the top and light on the bottom. But like I said, there's no real right or wrong way to do this. Have fun. And go a little bit into the yellow, because then you'll get this pretty highlight. Okay, and then once you're done, stop, close everything up, and You can peel these off. You probably can use these a second time, but I probably wouldn't do more than 2. And then you get this pretty highlight in the middle, and then you see the variation with the dark raspberry almost into it looking orange, the yellow, some more orange, and some more light purple. So again, you could do dark at the top or dark at the bottom, or you could do 3 different colors. It almost looks a little bit like a sunset as well, looking at it like here. So now we're just going to layer up our card. This card is so super simple, but I really think with this blended spotlight background, that's what I'm calling it at least, it makes a wow factor. You could obviously embellish more. I just have a piece of basic black 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 that I'm layering on. And whoops, I wanted that to be my top. And I can tell because my butterfly was upside down. So I was like looking at that butterfly to judge where I am at. And then what I did is just for a little bit of pop, I embossed with my Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder, just a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white to give it some more texture. And we are going to layer this up. I'll show you in the sample I made at Celine's. She actually embossed the card base. So that's another idea for you if you want to try this out. And then my greeting is just going to go out here and hang off the side a little bit. So we're going to put that on with some Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm trying to see the comments. Wah, okay, so pretty. Thank you, Linda. So we're just going to hang this off the side. I don't want to cover up everything, so, and then I just have a basic white thick. So for my card bases, for white and vanilla, I like to have the thick 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock. So this is just an 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. And you can kind of line up your edges, and then of course yesterday they reminded us to like line up our edges and use your bone folder to get a nice crisp score mark on your card bases. So that's always a good tool to have in your tool caddy, a bone folder if you don't have one. You can tell how old mine is because this used to be the Stampin' Up logo and it is all worn off. So I don't know, it's probably, it might be something like 15 years old. It still works perfect. So, and that is my card. So, super, super simple. Let me show you. This one actually came out quite different, my original sample. It's a little bit wider in the middle, and I did a little bit darker at the top and a little bit darker at the bottom. So like I said, when you're making these, like no 2 is gonna look alike. So if you're a perfectionist, this probably is not the card for you. And I am a perfectionist in some ways, but if you can just have fun and be a little bit loose and be creative, I think you'll really enjoy this technique. And let me show you the one that we made at Celine's. So just a little bit different. She embossed the card base, and this is vanilla, and this was how my sample ended up, kind of more wide at the top, skinny at the bottom. And then we did, this one was a birthday. And then the paper is Cottage Rose, I believe, designer series paper. I could have the name of that wrong because I did not look it up, being honest. And yeah, I just want to make a few announcements before I sign off for today. Is that yesterday at the Stampin' Up! World Card Making Day event, they did make a few announcements that are going to be effective on this coming Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. So, and let me go and look at the comments. Good morning, Elaine. Thanks for tuning in. Love that technique. Thank you, Kathy. Wow, can't wait to try this. Thanks for the inspiration. Thank you, Linda. Beautiful. Thank you, Tammy. So October 4th, 2022 is coming up this Tuesday, and it's going to be like Christmas in October. So first of all, I should say to all my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friends, Happy New Year, because our new year did start yesterday. So very exciting. They're really starting the new year strong. Hey, good morning, Vicki. Thanks for tuning in. You might need to go back and get the replay if you're just tuning in, because I'm pretty much wrapping up. This is a beautiful technique. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Dee. And I saw that you were watching yesterday. I tried to comment back to you, but it was hard to watch the live video and watch the chat and chat with people. Like, I was finding that hard to do. Plus, I think I was a little bit feverish. So anyways, I'm feeling a lot better today after another good night's sleep. So I mean, it's not bad to get 2 shots at the same time, but I got 1 shot in one arm and the other shot in the other arm. So both arms were sore, and I think the night I got them Friday night, I didn't sleep well because I couldn't get comfortable. If I tried to be on one side, I was like, oh, that arm hurts. If I tried to be on the other side, I'm like, that arm hurts. But I just pretty much had sore arm and feeling a little bit feverish and a little bit off, but you know, other than that, I wasn't like sick in bed the whole day. So anyways, definitely recommend hydrating a lot if you're getting your boosters or a flu shot as well. So that definitely helped me out. But anyways, October 4th, 3 things. Number 1, there's going to be free shipping on $75 or more Stampin' Up! Order in the United States. So I will have some information out on my blog on Tuesday with links to everything. There is going to be a special to join my team for the month of October. It's going to start on October 4th. I believe it goes till October 31st, but you can join the fun for it's $155 a product for only $99 plus tax if you're in a tax applicable state. So that is an amazing deal. It's normally $125 a product for $99 plus tax. So they are giving you an extra $30 of product, and that's anything you want. So I know I have a friend eyeballing getting a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and she'll be able to get a set of dies at that price too. So yeah, well, maybe there'll be some more surprises over the next few weeks. I hope so, but I don't know anything about that. But also on Tuesday, I also do want to mention that there's going to be a new kit coming out. I believe it's called the Birthday Card Kit Organizer, or Birthday Card Organizer Kit. So look for that, and I'll put a link on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'll have my Casing Tuesday blog post. So on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com, I'll try to have a link to everything that's new that day, although my blog probably won't post until that evening. So just so you know, I have meetings in person during the day, so in the morning. So anyways, I think that covers it for this week. This was pretty short and sweet. So thank you so much for tuning in live, those of you that are here, and thank you to everybody for checking out the replay. And I will be back next week, Sunday at 10 a.m. I know it's Columbus Day weekend, so some of you might not be able to tune in live, but that's okay. The replay will be here on Facebook, or you can catch it on YouTube at Create with Christine. And on Tuesday, I'll have a card to share for Casing Tuesday, so check that out on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.